Hello, 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 and welcome back to The Hunt. As was alluded to in my last video, and by alluded I mean shown, except not shown. As was demonstrated in my last video, I went ahead and up and made up my mind that yes, I was in fact going to complete the next tier of create a new armor set, and I made the Zinogre armor in order to use that for the future missions for a while. Now, I wanted to point something out, but I didn't really think that was appropriate to during the video, so I did it now. While the defense on this set is significantly better, and I am a huge fan of the auto guard that, well, auto guard goes without saying, I suppose. Razor Sharp is a nice feature. It means it'll take forever for anything to actually blunt, which is why I took away speed sharpening. I'm less a fan of the speed, I'm less a fan of the taunt ability, which I've taken. It's actually a debuff, giving me a higher chance of being targeted by monsters. It's just not very nice. But then again, who else are they going to target except my felines and me, and they spend half the fight dead anyway, so whatever. Thunder +1. Increase the power of thunder attacks and thunder shots. Kinda begs me to have a thunder weapon, because without that there are no thunder attacks to raise power of. Latent power. Strength is bestowed for a short time if specific conditions are met. Again, I'm not going to make use of this probably because I don't know what those conditions are. So, the skills are pretty mixed bag, but not uniformly great. I've gone ahead and put Speed Gatherer in there just for my own convenience. The other thing is the elemental resistances on this are shit. Thunder resistance is there, and, pardon me a second. Blah, 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 blah. Too much work, not to worry about it. It does appear that I've dropped 215 frames out of 2,900 so far. This could prove to be a video quality problem. If that happens, I apologize in advance. I don't think so, though. It looks like it's an isolated incident. Anyway, so the thing is, despite having a good thunder resist, I have bad resist and everything else. Most especially noticeable is the ice resistance of -15, and right before I was all ready to go and fight the ice monsters. I kinda knew that this was coming too, so it's kinda like, why did you build this set? Well, I just really like fighting the Zinogre, so, you know, had a lot of fun making it. Also, to hell with all of you guys, I do what I want. Frankly, the increased defense, moving up from a tier 2 to a tier 3 probably will make up for it against all except the true ice enemies that I will have to face. So, shouldn't be that big a deal. And I'm out of worms. Okay, that's fine. Continue with the cash cropping. That's good. Cool. So yeah, that's the armor situation, and I don't regret it. I've also finally got my honey box fully upgraded, so I'm at the point that I'm taking 10 potions and 10 mega potions basically on every mission. And while I tend to be a little bit too lazy to go and mine myself, I do have cash, so I send the felines mining pretty much every mission. And that's why, because they sometimes come back with real treasure troves, and it keeps me stocked on things like Dragonite ore and Pelagicite. Not Pelagicite, but Beolite and Macalite. But otherwise I would have to go out and mine myself. Pelagicite you kinda just screwed, you have to do no matter what. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going to, yeesh. I'm going to make for the, hot pools, and then we will- I've been debating whether to show off the Nargacuga fight or the Barioth fight. The Barioth fight is a water fight. Barioth fight is an ice fight in the tundra. So if I ever wanted to punish myself for having taken a set of armor that has -15 to ice, that's a good way to do it. But I also really like the Barioth fight. I'm in the mood to do it. The Nargacuga fight, I don't remember it. I remember being very impressed with the Narg as a terrifyingly powerful enemy. I just don't know if I'm ready to deal with potentially dying to one right now, and I think that might happen. So, yeah, I'm not as sure. So, yeah, I think just talking it out has made up my mind for me. We're gonna be fighting the Barioth today. Well, all set up for the mission. Farming is done, and I went to my home, didn't I? Son of a bitch, yeah, I did. Pick up a Farcaster, please, before we go. Make sure I'm well stocked on Psycho Serums. That's about it. Off we go. So, where's the Barioth? Boom! The Lost Expedition. Let's just read the story because we can. I heard rumors about Dragon's Vision on its early age. On my journey, I successfully discovered this. It is a dragon indeed, and favorite places in a cold region. You are a moron. It's not a dragon at all. Dragon would be a Rathalos. Where's the Barioth? There it is. Alright, and one other thing I wanted to check on, that is Thunder Sword. If I have Thunder damage up in this set, it will behoove me to craft that sword eventually. So let us see if that is an available choice or not. Cerberus Firebolt will require not one but 2 Zinogre horns, which will require a Zinogre kill where I crack the horn and happen to get it as a quest reward twice. That could be a little bit difficult. Still, I've gotten a lot better at killing Zinogres, so I may just do that on my own at some point. So don't be too surprised if, when you see me next, I have the Thunder Sword. Also, elemental damage is one of the things that these Sword and Shields do better than any other weapon class. And quite frankly, the fact that I haven't been taking advantage of it is not good. I really should have been. Barioth will almost certainly open in Area 6 or Area 3, I guess? It hangs out a lot in those areas. I guess I don't know where it'll be. Let's start with 2, then rotate through 3. It's in 2. Ah, right, it wants to show us how the Barioth hunts. Okay, in Monster Hunter Tri, the Barioth has one of the lowest HP totals for a strong monster. And the reason for this is because it is so aggressive that even with a lower HP total, you tend to not really have that many opportunities to deal damage to it. This is one of the reasons I enjoy the Barioth fight so much, because it so celebrates a good defensive slash opportunistic fighter. And it makes for a good duel, and there's so much breakable on him. Alright, his wing tips are breakable, his claws are breakable separately. I think his tail is cuttable, his tusks are breakable. He's got a lot of breaks. Didn't get out of the way in time. That might be a catch for him. Unfortunately, I do not remember most of the Barioth's kit at this point. I also believe that the PS3, aka, and by extension the PSP Monster Hunter Portable 3rd version, are slightly different than the Wii version, to help differentiate them further from the Nargacuga that they appear alongside in this game. Okay, he can do this quick turn thing where his face becomes his tail and his tail becomes his face really quickly. Yeah, unlike the Rathalos that hovers and the Rathian that hover and then do nothing with it, sometimes, this guy hovers just for the sake of giving him a position to attack for him. I'm gonna wish I had brought extra stamina. What the hell is this warning? I continue to drop frames. Anything dangerous or bad running that I can do to optimize? Not really. Okay, I got nothing, guys. I don't know why I'm dropping frames. Anyway, yeah, so unlike the Rathian Rathalos that do that, when he gets in the air, it's just to give himself a vantage point to attack from, or because he's going to another area. And he's usually pretty quick about getting back down to where he can fight you, but you can fight him as well. Claw. I'm not focusing on cutting any particular piece. This is my first fight. I'm content to just deal damage without taking too much. Keyword being too much. He has actually only used one ice attack against me thus far, and that was that thing that gave me Ice Blight. Come on. There, see? And that's what keeps his flight pattern interesting. It's not me waiting out the clock for him to finally resume the game. It's me searching for a way to not... searching for a good way to avoid the inevitable pounce. That's a nice attack, alright. Hip check. So he tends to do the hip check when he's right after he's done a rapid turn. Back leg. Whoa, that was a lot of mobility. Roll. Hip check. You can see the flip and you can predict the hit. Whew, I'm lucky I got under the wing there. Yeah, I didn't have enough time to position a leap strike, but here I should be able to get one on his tail. And all this is before he's like, this is his normal, I believe. He's not raging right now, certainly. Or if he is, I'm not seeing any signs of it. No glowy eyes, no... He's drooling, oh. He needs stamina. Excellent. I should really heal. As soon as the opportunity presents itself, I'll do that. Hip check. Jump. Boom! It's just, you know, he's drooling in front of me. I'm not gonna... Oh, that would have been an ice attack, except for the fact that he's drooling. Hip check? No hip check. Yeah, he's clearly tired, and thus only half doing his attacks, not nearly as fast. And just get that heal in. There's the hip check. Wow, man, my aim is just bad. And instinctively I'm rolling away from his breath attacks even though he's not using any in his current state. If I could just get a bit better at reading his attack, and I think this is part of why I love the the Barioth so much in Try. Because it was an actual legit duel, I had no compunction doing it over and over and over, so I really got to know this guy. Okay. Whoa, what the hell happened to my hands? Oh! You know what? That may be the special conditions under which attack is 175 right now. Let's see if that remains so, if that condition... I think I've been at lower health than this earlier, so maybe the special conditions aren't just a matter of strength. Also, that I believe that was a crit. Has it given me an affinity? It doesn't say my affinity on the first page, and I don't have time to read. We'll look into this later. This is something that will require Googling, I suppose. Lots of heals all around. $175. Yeah, my hand is still purple, my attack is still 175, so if that blue sparkle is in fact related to specific conditions under which latent power activates, then it's not just a strict health criteria, which means maybe I can use it. It is notably just around the 5-10 minute mark. I like that the Barioth also doesn't have this... I know not the monsters are all fairly unique, and they are, but it's very common for a monster to have a "you're standing next to me, so I'm going to spin around and use my tail to whip at you." The Barioth does have a tail whip, but he doesn't do this thing where he goes roar and then just does a full turn while sweeping, which can be so tricky to both deal damage against and avoid. Hip check. I did not read the hip check before it happened at all. But lucky for me, my armor held up. Also, the lasting power, or the latent power buff, the blue arm is gone. Got no idea what triggers it. Ah, shit! See, I was going for a head smack there, but took me off screen. So that I will say that the sharpness retention for extra time buff, yeah, that is totally noticeable right now. I mean, I haven't used a whetstone yet, I don't think, and still going strong. God damn it! Stop fighting by the edge of the screen, you piece of shit! I want him. I hate that it breaks the flow. Here, I'll just go all the way to the middle of the arena, and hopefully he'll follow me there. What am I saying? Hopefully, he's the fucking Barioth. Of course he'll follow me. Hip check! Check! Nope. Hip check. Wing break! Excellent! You can see that the spines on the top of his wings are in fact cracked. It's not the same as cracking his claw though, so I can still go for that, or I can go for a tail. I think part of the joy of him having quite so many breakables is that you're always attacking something breakable, even if you don't mean to. It's a little bit easier to... You may not break everything, but you are going to break something. Got you. Over. That bull pushes. Ah, goddamn. Hey, he's crippled! Holy crap! That was a fast fight! I'm probably used to the online variants of this guy or something, because that did not take long at all. So his sleepy place is Sector 7 or 6? Is Sector 6? But to get there might take him a bit, because he's not going to fly there in one flight. From here. Throw another potion down the hatch. Redo my ration to max. I just got buttoned the back. Where are you? Oh, he's gonna make a dive for like one of them, probably. No? No, he's not. Okay, never mind. Oh shit, warming effect is out. We'll need to take care of that. I don't want to deal with ice right now. But yeah, considering that this was the biggest concern I had with regards to you having a vulnerability iced of 15, I'm not worried anymore. At least not for the sake of the low rank version. Ooh, good shield. Even if he takes an extra 5-10 minutes to kill. And again, part of this is that he has a lower health total. It doesn't make him a trivial boss or anything, it just means that his death comes quicker. Instead of, oh, you know what you're doing, fine, now sink your way through him for twice as long. Haha, I got his tail too. Awesome. Are you serious? How did you miss him? Okay, I forgot to paintball him, so I need to pay careful attention to that shadow to see where it goes. Alright, it's going that way, off towards Sector 6, where he will sleep to try to gain health back. Which should give me just enough time to get there. I will mine the crack in the wall here, as well as both in 7, and then eventually meet up with him if he's still asleep in 6. You know, the speed gather is actually fairly noticeable. Significantly... and considering that I'm kind of a compulsive miner, it's probably a good talent to have gemmed in. Because that's how I got it with this armor. It has 6 slots, so I just used each of those slots to get it. Oh yeah, I tried to find a gem that would have given me 1 point in taunt. Or sense, because +1 minus 10 is -9, which is inadequate for the taunt debuff. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any gems I could manufacture that would do that. There he is, up on the top, sleeping. Let's get up there, take a sword to his ass, finish the job. Make this one of the faster hunts I've done lately. Hell, most of the time this vid would have been the... well, not most. A significant time would have been spent farming. Went for the wrong wing. This one's already broken. Still, he doesn't have much health left. And I'm not going to be trying to do like selective cutting or anything on screen, off screen. We got enough breaks, just kill him. I remember when the Barioth was one of the hardest enemies I'd fought. My sword just went chic again. I just don't know why, but it's pretty cool that it did. It's also not clear to me just what it is that the sword doing that has done either. It's not a straight upgrade to attack. I will read up on it. A lot of the stuff in Monster Hunter tends to be that way. You get used to it pretty quickly, so it doesn't bother you, but there's a lot of god dang it moments where if you didn't know, you wouldn't be able to figure it out. Or you could figure it out, but you would have to really apply hunter logic and just pretend you were a real hunter doing real huntery things. Excellent. Got a lot of his CCM right before the game ended. Monster Bone Plus. A couple Wyvern Fangs, Shell, Pelts, Tusks, and Claws from the breaks. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. A little bit of cash brings me back up from where I was before, and my first Barioth kill. All told, that was a pretty successful mission. Yeah, I didn't mean to talk to you. I was trying to talk to this guy. What can you do in the way of Barioths? Barioths apparently do ice attack up, no kidding. Stamina, okay. So, I can use that yellow bar for more. And decrease stamina usage. Okay, so that's actually reasonably helpful, I guess. How about resistances? What are you looking at for those? Water and ice with vulnerability. Holy cow, vulnerability to fire. Yeah, I'm not even gonna consider that. Sword and shield wise, no new creation options. Although in fairness, some of these options are probably upgrade options, not creation options. Yeah, the Barioth upgrade to this would have been the Hydra Knife, and Great Baggy would have made a Hypnos Knife, which will later have a plus. Someday I'm actually gonna like look at a list of weapons and decide which ones I want to craft and go with that route. Alright, well, that's it for now. I'm gonna go off and finish up farming and stuff, but thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Barioth fight as much as I enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.